You're listening to Lather Talk with your hosts John Shea and Gerard Gustillo.
Hey listeners, Happy New Year. We are in 2023 and Lather Talk is kicking it off with the second annual Lather Talk Awards. Gerard, are you excited for this episode?
Oink oink, Happy New Year. Yeah, I mean, it's funny how like kind of we started this last year as just more or less just kind of, I still think it's just kind of like a fun little thing.
Yeah.
Just to kind of talk about some of the things that people have been enjoying all year. Last year it was kind of just stuff that we were enjoying, but this year we kind of open it up. And it's just like, again, this is not to, this is just kind of a fun award, little thing to kind of get out to people and kind of to thank people really, and get the spotlight on a lot of people in this hobby.
Definitely. And there was no way to capture every single artisan out there. And there's new artisans popping up, I feel like almost every day. But with the help of our Lather Talk Discord, so come join us over there. If you want to dive a little deeper or you're looking for a wet shaving community, a lot of the preparation was through the help of our members there. So just so you guys know how this came together, nominations from the category came from the Discord. The artisans or the options that had the most had the most votes or suggestions made it onto the ballot, and then the general public had the opportunity to vote on said ballot. It's a fun thing. There's no prize. It's just like the glory and pride. Although we do have, and we just did this prior to rolling, chose the AI generated Hoggie Award. I think we can just roll that footage right now. Okay, so let's head over to the Lather Talk Discord and take a look at our entries for the AI generated Hoggie Award.
Some are, I mean, honestly, part of me just wants to like use as many of these as we can.
I will definitely show them all because it's worth it. There's nothing mostly inappropriate or mostly appropriate. So while we're chatting here, I will be showing.
I mean, even the ones that are kind of inappropriate, and I think you know which one I'm talking about.
One, yes,
yeah,
yes.
That's amazing.
It is in its own right. We're talking about there is one, since you put different terms into the
one that's on a Vespa.
Yeah, that was part of the that was inspired in part by the A&E pinup series.
Pinup series,
is that correct? Yeah,
it's like the London and gin and something.
So it is like a kind of a pig head on a quote unquote sexy lady body. It's not that. It's more nightmare fuel, but yours too. Your original one was really. I'm looking at it now. It's still good.
It's so simple. It's almost like refined.
George? Can you believe when I posted it on its own on my Instagram page? Not a lot of likes. Not a lot. Maybe a few unfollows.
Good.
That's okay. All right. I see how it is.
If you can't laugh at that, then like
yeah,
it's like, do we need your I don't know. It's like, it's not offensive.
You're taking yourself too seriously. All right. So guys, as we're recording this is like our live discernment of what is going to represent the Hoggy, at least for the coming year. There's a certain charm to the brush trophy, because that's kind of legit.
It is.
That's J Beast Mode, by the way. J Beast Mode's entry.
Yeah, definitely.
On Christmas Eve, no less.
I also like F. Halden's.
Yes.
Just very just like a pig on a trophy.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a baby pig. It's like kind of adorable.
I those two were the earliest, and I do appreciate all the other ones that have like the lather on it. 'Cause it's just a fun graphic. But as for an award, like this is the closest, right? To like, I'm with you. If those are our top two picks, I'm okay with that. Is that what we're narrowing it down to?
I mean, the ones with all the lather on them are just like hilariously excessive in also a very good way.
Yes, absolutely.
Like Igord's first entry with the one like the standing pig on a platter that's holding like a razor. I guess that's a razor, but it looks like a giant squeegee as well.
Guys, if one common theme is look at the depiction of the razor in that the AI has generated, it's really weird. Sometimes it looks like it's like a magnet, right, or like a dry erase chalkboard eraser.
Yeah. And then Ben from Mammoth, like just a bunch of them are just fantastic. You know, it's like. I just imagine, you know, well, like I said, we're going to be posting all of these anyway.
Yeah, you guys will see all these, and so thank you for all the submissions. They're great, they're perfect, but I think our top two are J Beast Mode and F Halden.
Yeah, definitely. Like they kind of just like nailed the. I mean, they're the classiest, right? Like
if we had to make this a reality, it would be one of those two.
For sure. Yeah. It would be, I mean, they're so simple, yet I think just very, very appropriate.
Can we come to agreement on though? There's things I like about both of them. Being just addicted to brushes though, that has me going, but like the Hoggy should have a pig on it, right? Am I crazy?
Yeah, if you're asking me between the two, I'm going with Faldens.
I wasn't sure. Is it Falden or F Halden? But regular member of our Discord. All right.
I've never attempted to read it out loud, but I'm just gonna kind of go for, instead of F Halden, I'm just gonna Falden.
Okay. All right. Falden, F Halden. We love having you on the Discord. We're going with your image. Your AI generated image, and that is the Hoggy. That's what I'm going to use in marketing materials going forward. And if you would like, you can choose between a Lather Talk t-shirt or mug. Or if I'm feeling, maybe both. You might, if you want both, I'll give you both. That is your prize. All right, so congratulations. And thank you for your submission. And we're back. Through the power of editing, how we came about the very, very meticulous way that we chose that award. But Gerard, should we anything you want to add before we get into the categories and the nominees?
Nah, I think I'm ready.
Cool. All right. So listeners, the first category we're going to tackle is Best Razor Maker. And the nominees for this category are Alpha Shaving Works, Aylsworth Razors, Blackland Razors, Karve Shaving, and Wolfman Razors. And I don't think we're going to get too fancy with drum rolls. We just have a very fun list. There you go. There is your drum roll. I should say, I think everyone who's nominated in all these categories are just, these are people's favorites. Everyone has difference. And if you don't hear your favorites today, be sure to nominate them next year. So the winner of Best Razor Maker for 2022 is a tie. And I don't have a tiebreaker. These are just they're both the winners. And we have Aylsworth Razors and Karve Shaving. So congratulations.
Wow. Best Razor Maker in 2022 is quite something. I'm truly honored. Thank you, Leather Talk, for this Hoggy. I proudly accept on behalf of Karve Shaving. Thank you to our fans. Everything we do for you. It makes us so happy knowing that our razors are a part of your regular life. Thank you to my family and friends. Your support means so much. Thank you to my employees. You're as big of a part of Karve as I am. I truly enjoy working alongside you every day. I also want to congratulate Caleb. I'm proud to share this award with him. I'm happy that he's in the hobby, the energy that he brings, and he's a wonderful part of the community. Same goes for the other nominees. I love what you're doing, and just keep on doing it. Thanks again for the Hoggy. I'm very proud of this, and this will fuel great things. Thank you.
You are crazy. honestly. I did not expect to be here alongside such amazing, outstanding peers. It is just humbling to the nth degree. And all I can say is I appreciate you all so much. You are just amazing. I want to thank John and Gerard and the Lather Talk podcast people for the opportunity. This is just incredible, and I appreciate you all so much.
Those are both Canadians, so I think we did have a heavy Canadian turnout for the voting this year, Gerard.
Yeah, definitely, and I think both are very much well deserved. The Dracont is just a fantastic razor, and Karve been in the game for quite some time now, but also last year with the release of the Overlander. Fantastic razor, and yeah, congratulations to both of them. Yeah, so the next category is Best Brush Maker, and the nominees for Best Brush Maker are Chisel and Hound, Smilez for Miles, Trotter Handcrafts, Turn and Shave, Turning by TanZ, and the Varlet. And the Hoggy goes to Chisel and Hound.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Lather Talk community, I just wanted to say thank you very much for voting Chisel and Hound the best brush maker of 2022. It means a lot to me, especially when I think about the level of the competition out there, so thanks. And thanks also to John and Gerald for all the work that they put in making the best shaving related podcast and for curating the friendliest, most welcoming online community of shavers out there with the Lather Talk Discord. Thanks, guys, and have a great 2023.
Many oinks.
Many oinks.
Fantastic. But I mean, out of all the brush handles, brush makers, you just fantastic, all around. A lot of people just clamoring for pretty much all of these makers, and even more so. I think this is probably one of the categories where it could have been there could have been 10 nominees, 20 nominees, so yeah, definitely kudos to Rob Randolph Rutherford of Chisel and Hound, and yeah, congrats.
Yeah, congrats, Rob. Yeah, it's a great bunch of nominees. Some folks are fairly new, as well as well established, and so yeah, I think so many great brush makers out there. So very deserving, and I guess that Rob guy is okay too.
Thanks, Ralph.
All right. Well, we're still in that realm of brushes. Next up, the next category up is Best Brush Knot. And for this one, we have 4 nominees. We have AP Shave Co G5C, a synthetic knot, Declaration Grooming B14, a hand-tied badger knot, Turn and Shave M4, also a hand-tied badger knot, and the Wald A1, I believe the first, or at least one of the few, hand-tied synthetic knots. And the Hoggy for Best Brush Knot. I wonder if that's going to be terrible in the post, in the editing process. For the next time. I'm not sure. I did it too, so no worries. The winner for Best Brush Knot is the AP Shave Co G5C.
Hello everyone, Andrew here from AP Shave Co. Just wanted to say a quick thanks for voting the AP Shave Co G5C as the best brush knot of 2022. It's been fantastic seeing a great reception of this knot, and I hope I can continue to bring exciting stuff in 2023. I started this company 8 years ago with the hope that I could bring joy and improvement to everyone who shaves, and I'm proud of where the company is going today. It's always a pleasure chatting in the brush channel with the Discord crew, and thanks again and happy lathers.
And nice. Yes, great knot. I enjoy it, and I think that G5C is in a really nice sweet spot, and is a fantastic synthetic offering. You have one of them as well, right, Gerard?
Congrats! Yeah. I have, I said, with the G5C, I have 2 or 3. I think I have 2 or 3 brushes with the G5C. Great, Great handle.
Yeah, same here.
Or-
I think I have two brushes
Great
in
knot,
two
yeah.
sizes. Yeah, I think I have a 28 and a 26. And I think that really was under your recommendation. I think I always like to repeat this because luckily you told me this as well as other people to set it as high as possible, right? Just so that it needs to be set as high as possible so that the backbone doesn't go crazy.
It's everyone's like little opportunity. I mean, there is a big difference between the 26 and the 28 as far as density goes.
Okay.
And so for me, like if it's too low, it's just kind of
too scrubby.
It's just like difficult to like get a lather because it's almost like a single, like it's like a unit, it's like a cable, you know?
Yeah, no, that's a good example,
right? So, but other than that, it's a great knot. Like if you ask me, like if people are gonna ask me, like, yeah, I want to get a synthetic knot, what should I get? I'm saying G5C, you know, pretty much. Unless you want a bulb, and then probably G5A. But other than that,
okay,
yeah, I'm just gonna tell people, yeah, make it easy for yourself.
Go for the
G5C,
okay.
And it's gonna be great.
Call it a day. Enjoy.
That's it. Call it a day.
Yeah. All right.
But again, congrats, AP Shave Co.
Yes, some great options there.
Our next category, best original scents. And we have a myriad of a list of nominees for this category. So the nominees for Best Original Scents are Barrister and Mann, Declaration Grooming, Gentleman's Nod, Grooming Department, House of Mammoth, MacDuff's Soap Company, Noble Otter, Oaken Lab, and Zingari Man. And the winner goes to Gentleman's Nod. Fantastic.
Hey all, Chris from Gentleman's Nod here. Just wanted to jump on really quick. John just let us know that we won the award for Best Original Fragrances in 2022. Super pumped, excited, honored, humbled to hear that we won. Thank you all who voted. Thanks to John and Gerard. Just excited to hear that. That was one of the biggest things we wanted to do with Gentleman's Nod, was create original fragrances that were unique. We're just getting started though, guys. 5 new original fragrances dropping in 2023. So keep a lookout. Hopefully we can land here again. Thanks again. Have a great day.
Congratulations to Gentleman's Nod. They've been, doing really, really well.
Yes.
And I think the last, I don't even know, was it this year or last year? Like they did, that, so with Zaroff, right?
Yes.
They had their collab with Zaroff, and then they did also Zaroff did a YouTube collaborators, series with notable,
3 of them?
Correct.
Right, 3 of them? Yeah.
Yeah, and see it like was it last year? Was it this year? I feel like time has just been jumbled so much. That might have been 21.
21. Yeah, but that was a very that was a great release.
And
great series. Whatever.
Yeah.
Collection. Let's go collection.
But besides that, I mean, just I'm trying to think what else Gentleman's Nod released this year. Was it?
Well, Zaroff, they still have that relationship with, so that's kind of always intriguing whenever they have. And I've really enjoyed some of their original offerings, like Musashi. That was my personal scent of the year, specific scent of the year. And then I tried one. Costea Catalana, also another original fall seasonal, fantastic.
Yeah, but just I think when it comes to original scents, it's easy to just maybe dismiss the wet shaving community in that sense, because maybe a lot of people don't necessarily recognize or look at a lot of wet shaving soap makers and splash makers as perfumers, but there's a lot of originality in there. There's a lot of really talented people in our community, and I think it's it goes to show that this is a great list of nominees who are just throwing out, a lot of handmade or original things out there.
The next category we'll talk about is Best New Wet Shaving Artisan, and this one was a little flexible. It does include 2022, but also late 2021. As we haven't really done this category before, I don't think we wanted to be pretty flexible with it. And so the nominees are Aylsworth Razors, Lothur Grooming, Trotter Handcrafts, Turning by TanZ, and Westman Shaving. And the winner for Best New Wet Shaving Artisan is Aylsworth Razors.
Well, I guess this means I should probably try to thank some people now. I want to start with Margot, my partner. Could not do it without you. Our manufacturing partners, Jake and Ashley Yates over at Yates Precision Manufacturing, Jason at the Razor Company, the Canadian Mafia Show, BBS.live, the Discords, Lather Talk, and Canadian Mafia. If you're not in there, get in there. It's an awesome place full of awesome people. And the entire wet shaving community, best community in the world, hands down, bar none. 2022 was an awesome year. 2023 is going to be even better. We cannot wait to see you there. Thank you so much.
Congrats, Caleb. So this is second time we're seeing Aylsworth on the list. First with Best Razor, along tied with Karve Shaving. Fantastic razor design. The original plate, it's a great daily shaver, and is currently wrapping up on a pass around. Again, on our Lather Talk Discord. Reason I keep mentioning it, a lot of stuff. If you love the show, there's other stuff going on, in addition, some extra goodies. So if you've never tried Discord, it's not scary. Come on, join us. But and Gerard, he was the first to kick off that pass around as well.
Yeah, it was great. And fantastic razor, easy. It's so easy to use. That's the other nice part about it. It doesn't feel too harsh at all. Very efficient. It's not abrasive. It's just a really, really nice razor. And I think, and I believe I've said this before, I think when something is just so good, it's difficult to nitpick about anything about something.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. And
yeah,
it's just one of those razors that you can just pick up and you shave with it and you're good. There's nothing wrong with it. And I think anyone who has it, they can speak, it speaks for itself. And so the next category is the favorite podcast episode of 2022. You got to vote. Or they had the ability to vote on your favorite podcast episode. And the Hoggy goes to our first triple winner of the night, Aylsworth Razors. Caleb, you're just
oh my!
Here we go. You're everything everywhere of the Hoggies this year.
Hey, okay. Looks like I'm back here again. Best podcast episode. Thank you. I mean, okay, considering all of the other awesome podcast that you had to choose from. I enjoyed myself. It was a great conversation, and hopefully we'll get to do it again sometime. We'll talk to John and Gerard about that and see what happens. But yes, thank you listeners for listening, and thank you for choosing me. Really appreciate it. You are awesome.
We might have to have him back on for him to collect his virtual non-award.
We should send him a Hoggy as an NFT.
I'm sure he would love that.
Okay, we'll figure this out.
All right, so this brings us to our final category, Gerard, and this is the best wet shaving artisan of 2022. And this one was it's open forum or voter submitted, so it was just open game. Who people's favorites are, well, whatever their criteria might be. So for this category, I have no nominations to share, but I will say we have a runner-up and a winner. So first up, the runner-up for Best Wet Shaving Artisan of 2022 is Barrister and Mann. So congrats to the team over at Barrister and Mann. And the winner of the category of Best Wet Shaving Artisan is Ariana and Evans.
Hey, John and Gerard, Peter Truck-Hellis here. John, when I received your message this morning, you could tell I was shocked because I was. This is something I didn't expect whatsoever. So, there's so many great artisans out there. Just to be considered among one of the top brands is just something it's difficult for me to grasp still at this point. So, thank you for everyone for voting for us, and Jonathan and Gerard, thank you for including us. Thank you for doing this, and it's just an absolute honor. So thank you. Hopefully the best is yet to come. So thanks, guys, and take care.
This also includes the Shaving Shop and Club owner Peter Truck-Hellis. Peter, congratulations! The people have spoken, and they've chosen you as the best artisan of 2022. So congratulations! That's all the categories, Gerard. That's pretty quick.
Yeah. Thank you to everyone who participated.
Yes.
This is just I think it's just a fun little spotlight on the community and everything like that. Maybe we try to do something even, we can go a little bit more organized. We can go a little bit more whimsical as well.
For sure.
We should, like categories like, I don't know, what's a release that like hit the nail on the head, as far as like what it said it would be, like we'll use like Barrister and Mann, right? Like, does war really smell like war? What is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
Apparently cilantro is a strong note in it.
Yeah. Now, so here's the thing. Are you one of those people that eat cilantro and you get soap?
No, I love cilantro. It's in it appears in a lot of Taiwanese dishes too.
Yes.
Like they are very heavy-handed with it.
Yeah, I'm also a cilantro fan as well.
Pho, like I'm sad if it's not in there, which it usually always is. Just to spitball a little bit because we've kind of gotten the main awards out of the way. What are your thoughts? Like in general, I think when I pitched this, I wanted to stay positive, but. How do you feel? Like, there's the Razzies. Like, do we have worst too? Because I think on that feels. Does it feel bad? I don't think that's really our thing.
No, like I do not want to do the
that's the opening up, right? Like,
no, okay, because
that makes me feel good about our decision.
Because unless like. It's explicit, that someone just wants to like try and like troll the community. I'll give you an example, right?
Okay.
I'll give you a couple of examples on like if we were to create a category, right?
Yeah.
But a few years ago, there was Bufflehead Soap Company, no longer around, but made a great soap and was just very like well liked, very very popular, very much a lot of hype behind the company, behind the soap makers.
Bubblehead put duck fat on the radar. Correct. They were the first major one to do it.
Right, but the biggest jokes, like not like in a bad way, but in a funny way, was the release of Updog.
Yeah.
Right? And Updog is scented like hot dog water. So
I didn't know that. Well, I knew of this.
Yeah, Updog is the scent of hot dog is hot dog water.
Do you know who liked that? Greg Tardif.
Oh Jesus!
That man loves that man loves hot dogs. YouTuber Greg Tardif.
Yeah. YouTuber, photographer, filmmaker extraordinaire.
Yes.
He has the best. I'm going to just say it. Sorry, John. He has the best cinematography in all of WETSHAVING.
No,
I don't even think.
I'm with you on there. Oh, and he is up for coming on the show. By the way, I think we should have him on.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. I might as well mention that.
There we go. But yeah, so
hot dog water.
So
yes,
hot dog water. Right. There's one, and then
wow,
there was.
I did not. Yeah.
So what kind of category would you put something like that in? Like most hilarious soap, like right? Because a year ago, I think it was also in 21. I think it was also in 2021 that Scott from Declaration Grooming, he did a very, very limited release of for, I think it was for Lather Games. I'm pretty sure it was Lather Games, and it was Slut Dragon. Right? Which
I never looked into why. Yeah. So do share.
So Slut Dragon is a reference to Rick and Morty.
Yeah,
the
right.
The fabled Slut Dragons. And
oh god.
So again, funny soap, funny story, whatever. Smells good and everything like that. But what would you categorize something like that in? Right?
So it's kind of like best cheeky name. Depend, right? I mean, you're giving examples of they're clever, a little trolly. It's basically like if a shitpost became something tangible, a product, right?
Oh, should it be like shitpost soap of the year or like
right? Because like I don't know like what a shitpost razor would look. It just has like, like it has 5 heads. I don't know. I mean, like,
oh god,
you could do it. But
the Gillette Mach 20. No, I'm sorry, the Spishak Mach 20 razor from Mad TV.
Yes, great. Yeah.
So
always funny.
But yeah, like I mean, I think they're just things like projects like that aren't really meant to be taken seriously, but are just still hilarious, like in some single way.
I'm going to write it down. I'm all for expanding the categories, and I think that's something to that effect would be a good one.
Yeah, and it's not like
don't mind,
we're asking like artisans to we're just going to make this just so that they could have the guys can have something to just like laugh at. That's not really the intent. But yeah,
right.
They're just like some that just come out. And you're just like, oh, this is hilarious. Again, like kind of whimsical. Like when I say whimsical,
yeah, makes it fun.
And
right?
And so, some other soaps that come to mind as far as being whimsical.
Yeah,
Summer Break soaps, Cannonball.
Oh yes,
that comes to mind. Even to a certain degree, like Chisel Face Midnight Stag, right? Like, not whimsical, but it's one of those.
No.
But
yeah, not whimsical.
But it's one of those that like I am not an officer or a knight of a stag, but props to those who do it, right?
It's a very, very polarizing scent. It stings the nostrils. A little Anchorman, reference there, but yeah, that's great, and also just because we are, spitballing and planning for next year, listeners, if you have any suggestions for categories, we're always open to your suggestions. You can send them over to latherhog@gmail.com or find me on my social media on Instagram and whatnot and give me your suggestions. But I like that category though. Like, can we give one? Like, just between you and me with the nominations, like, is there one that stands out for 2022?
For the year? I mean,
because I know, like, because part of bringing in other folks too is just like you had dialed back purchases and whatnot, and this it made sense too as our listener base has grown. But I'm trying to think of like what kind of falls into that category for this past year. Did anything jump out at you? Well, I know for sure, like, because you mentioned Scott, Declaration Grooming, he always, like, the names in general tend to be, like, funny references, right?
Oh, yeah.
And whatnot.
Like, Scott had, like, he came out with Peaches and Scream.
Yes.
That was a very popular
Halloween-ish release, yeah.
He dropped Scrooge at the end of the year, and I heard it was, like, really nice.
I didn't even hear about that until just, like, beginning of January. Way after the fact.
And then he had it, but are you the one do you like old fashions? The drink?
I do. Yes. If I make a bourbon mixed drink, it's usually old fashioned.
Yeah, and so like that was the thing, that it was kind of loosely based on an old fashioned.
And then that one along with House of Mammoth, Smash, a bunch of peach scents popped up. Towards the end of just this year in general.
Yeah, no, that was it.
Any surprises for you today?
I mean, I think I can come up with a rationale for basically everybody, right? Like, and you can. Was there anything that's really an upset? Maybe the G5C in the brush knot, but like we said at the beginning, like it's so accessible, and you can't really, argue with that.
It's important to note that G5C, just price point wise, and we touched upon this, right? It was with the other 3 nominees were all hand tied knots that cost exponentially more money than the G5C. So just for the voter base, more, if you're more likely to try one of them, if not, if you only tried one of them, it would have been the G5C,
Yeah, and I think maybe a surprise was just like some that weren't mentioned, whether it's the Maggard's SHD or the Fanturian from Chisel and Hound, or even just if you're people getting them straight from like Omo or Boti through AliExpress. It's just what was easy to get. You can get it from a website. You didn't have to download some app and wait like a month and a half to get it.
What would you think about like kind of drilling down a bit more, like splitting it up? Because I feel like you could do like hand tied. A lot of our listener base are into the luxury knots, and I feel like it is it's a little tricky not to be able to like.
You could get that. You could go just
synth badger or hand tied. You split it up a little bit.
You could go synth. Like synthetic badger, then luxury. Whatever that may mean.
Oh, okay.
Like just luxury brush knot. Because you can you can still put the Wald synthetic in there and put it up against
yes.
Anyone else. You could put it up against Turn and Shave or Declaration or anyone else, and just go and the thing is, if that's the case, it's a lot easier. Like the best luxury options, there's going to be only like 5-6 people, like maybe anyway, right?
Each camp is very different, so even to mix synths and badgers and stuff like that, which I do use both, but like what I mean, like it kind of, some artisans or some options kind of get lost in the shuffle, if that were the case. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning into the 2nd annual Lather Talk Awards. Congratulations to all the winners for their Hoggies, especially Aylsworth Razors, who picked up a triple Hoggy this year. As always, we appreciate you guys tuning into this episode, whether it's the audio podcast, the video version. We really appreciate your support, guys, and we hope to see you next time.
Thank you so much, John. We'll do this again next year.
Gerard, a pleasure as always. I will see you next episode as well.
All right. See you, everybody.